What if you could erase any memory in an instant? No pain, no trace, just a blank slate where moments once lived. Imagine a world where the past could be forgotten with a simple wish. How would relationships change if heartbreaks, betrayals, or even embarrassing mistakes could vanish overnight? Would forgiveness become irrelevant, or would trust lose its meaning entirely? Picture societies where collective memories, shared struggles, triumphs, or tragedies could be wiped away as easily as flipping a switch. How would cultures evolve if foundational myths or painful histories simply disappeared from the collective mind? Would art, traditions, and rituals survive if the stories behind them faded without warning? What about justice, if evidence and testimony could be erased at will? Would power shift to those who control what is remembered or forgotten, rewriting reality to suit their desires? This scenario forces us to question the value of memory, both personal and collective. Would erasing pain bring peace, or would it rob us of growth, empathy, and understanding? If history could be forgotten, would we repeat its mistakes endlessly, or would we finally be free to create something entirely new, unburdened by the past? The answers remain as elusive as memory itself. What if every night you looked up and saw not one but two glowing moons in the sky? Imagine the transformation. Twin moons would dance across the heavens, casting overlapping shadows and creating a nightscape unlike anything we know. Tides would become far more dramatic, sometimes combining for massive surges, other times canceling each other out for strangely still seas. Coastal cities might have to adapt to unpredictable waters, while marine life could evolve entirely new rhythms and migration patterns. The extra moonlight would brighten the night, making stars harder to see, but illuminating landscapes in a silvery glow. Plants and nocturnal animals would shift their habits, with some creatures thriving under the twin moons, while others struggled to adapt to the altered cycles of light and darkness. Human culture would change too. Calendars might be rewritten, myths and legends would multiply, and artists would find endless inspiration in the celestial duet. Two moons could even affect our planet's rotation and climate, subtly shaping the world in ways we're only beginning to imagine. How would your life change under the light of two moons? What stories would you tell beneath their twin glow? What if nobody used money? Imagine waking up in a world where coins, bills, and digital payments have vanished completely. Instead, every exchange depends solely on bartering, trading goods or services directly without any standardized currency. Need bread? You'd have to offer a skill, a favor, or something valuable in return. Suddenly, personal talents and practical items become the real currency of daily life. Now picture the challenge of finding someone who wants exactly what you have and can provide what you need in exchange. Negotiation would become a constant, essential ritual. Communities might grow closer as people rely heavily on each other's abilities. Bakers, teachers, carpenters, and farmers all trading to meet their needs. But what about bigger ambitions, like building a house or traveling far away? Coordinating these trades could become complex, time-consuming, and sometimes frustrating. Some people might struggle if their skills or possessions aren't in demand, creating new forms of inequality. Yet, creativity could flourish, with innovative ways to collaborate, share, and build trust emerging. Would society adapt and thrive, or would the absence of money make life more difficult and unpredictable? Imagine how your daily routine, relationships, and goals would change if everything depended on direct exchange and mutual agreement. What if fire never existed? Imagine a world where the spark never caught, where no warmth radiated from burning embers, and where the glow of flames never illuminated the darkness. From the dawn of humanity, fire has been a catalyst for change, shaping everything from survival to society. Without it, life would be unrecognizable. Nights would remain cold and perilous, with darkness untouched by any familiar light. The transformation of raw ingredients into nourishing sustenance would be impossible, impacting health, culture, and the very evolution of taste. Metals would stay locked in their ores, and stone tools would remain the height of technology. Entire civilizations might never rise, as the absence of warmth and protection could stunt human progress. Societal gatherings would look different, with no hearth to gather around. Even language, art, and ritual would shift, evolving along completely new paths. Would humanity find alternative ways to generate warmth and light? Or would progress stall in the shadows of a fireless world? Consider the ripple effects. How would you adapt if fire never existed? What if all dirt vanished overnight? Picture waking up to a world where every grain of soil is suddenly gone. Lawns become barren, plants lose their foundation, and crops wither without nutrients. Animals that burrow or nest in the ground face instant extinction. Rivers run clear but erode their banks, destabilizing landscapes. Cities, once spotless, quickly realize the chaos beneath the order. No soil means no agriculture, no filtration, and massive ecological collapse. Humanity confronts a pristine, yet perilous world, stripped of the vital ground beneath our feet.